Next figure, this was a clone, an imperfect clone, I believe, is the call out.
Oh,
Said. But what's going on with
he looks.
Kaine?
Kaine is all new figure. Lots
Yes!
of weird bluish webbing across the entire body. Some amazing. I mean, I wish.
I'm so happy!
Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying Model Behavior. Hasbro have just wrapped up their Marvel Legends live stream, and it was a whopper. There's a whole bunch of news to talk about, so let's talk about it. So we have got so much to talk about. Let's not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. First of all, it's the Spider-Man Retro Wave. They recapped the ones that we already had shown, so they showed us Spider-Boy, but this time they've shown the extra head as well. So he's got his mutating kind of face with the vampiric sort of fangs. Those look good. I gotta say, I really don't like the character at all, but what they've done with this figure, it looks decent. I like the backpack, the golden eyes, they're great, and they even explained he's got thwipping hands even though he doesn't shoot webs as a kind of a tribute to Peter Parker. It's dubious, but I'll take it. And then also they showed off, again, the one that they've revealed, Francine Fry, Electro. She looks really great. The more I see this actually in person now, yeah, this is cool. I dig it. She looks really lovely. The electric power effects, absolutely fantastic. I'm sure we're going to be seeing plenty more of those as time goes by. Then, Kaine. Clone Saga Kaine. Finally, we got him. My boy, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with this. And also, I'm not happy. Look, it's great that we've got him. They've gone for a style of the costume where it's like the shadow version with the lines on him being blue. I prefer the more in the light color where his costume is more light blue. But that's kind of however you want to do it. It's an aesthetic choice. No real extras with him though, no unmasked head or anything. That's a bit of a shame. The sculpting on his wrist gauntlet and stuff, it's a bit bare bones, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. And 90s Clone Saga fans, we're a noble bunch, but we are beggars. So I'll take it. I'm just happy to see Kaine. It's a good time to be a 90s Clone Saga fan. And then also, we're getting Flash Thompson Venom as well, a redo of a very old figure. This looks very, very pretty. The unmasked Flash Thompson head, that looks beautiful. I mean, really gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic job with this. And then the body just looks real smooth and sleek. Very, very nice. Extra hands. He's got the guns as well. He doesn't have tendrils coming out of his back like the other one did, but still, that looks real nice. Very impressed with that. And also, we're getting animated Chameleon, which threw me because they teased it with a J. Jonah Jameson mask. And of course, he doesn't use masks in the cartoon. But again, they explained that saying they just wanted to include the mask as a tribute to the original action figure that came with a whole bunch of heads. And I thought to myself, if it's animated, I don't really need it. However, looking at this, I actually think it looks real nice. I do like what they've done with him. And so I'm picking up my phone here to check my notes because I want to do this in one ongoing streaming segment. So we had that animated Chameleon. I know I'm missing one. There's Kaine, Spider-Man Unlimited. That was the one that I was missing. Dan Yeun claimed that he's a fan of the Spider-Man Unlimited show. Really? I don't know if anyone's a fan of that show. We were all just wanting more of the original one. Nonetheless, though, this is actually a cool looking costume. It's darker in tone than I was expecting, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for a cel-shaded look, because it's a very deeply cel-shaded looking cartoon, but I'm glad they didn't, because he'll just look good with your other Spider-Man characters. So that wraps up the Spider-Man Retro Wave, and I gotta say, it's a mixed bag, but it has Kaine in it, so obviously, I love it. Now they went over to their exclusive, their store exclusive figures. So first of all, they had Target Savage Land Professor X in his safari suit, along with a Cerebro helmet as well. And this is a reuse, I think, of the Hank Pym safari suit body. It works, makes perfect sense. He looks decent. He's okay. He's got his mind-tapping powers, or his mind-tapping hand, even though he doesn't have mind powers in the Savage Land. That's why he can walk. It was a whole thing. But again, they kind of poked fun at the fact that they're including head-scratching hands. You know, I give them credit for at least pointing out the peculiarities. Then we get a Walmart exclusive live-action Spider-Man, Nicholas Hammond. I have no affection for the Nicholas Hammond made-for-TV movies, but I know a lot of people do. So if you want to really branch out with your Spider-Verse, we've got Japanese Spider-Man. Now we've got the US equivalent, Nicholas Hammond. It would have been great if they had an unmasked head sculpt, but that's probably a little bit of extra effort you don't really need to bother with for that. Then also, that's coming in a really nice-looking window box. I like the look of that. That looks really pretty. And then finally, a big one for Amazon, which kind of makes sense for this character, MCU No Way Home Lizard. And this looks great. Huge, big character. They've done him justice. And two different head sculpts. One with the sort of the stoic kind of Goomba looking kind of face. And then the other with a real mouth open. I'm coming to get ya kind of look. So this is going to be available for pre-order in December, possibly even shipping. I don't know about that, but nonetheless, they also said, don't worry. Electro is on the way. Jamie Foxx's Electro, he's going to be coming. Nothing to reveal yet, but it's a happening. So that's great. So we've already kicked things off with a whole bunch of pretty impressive looking figures, and we're barely halfway through. So then we had to sit back and endure them doing their draft. Hey, just, you know, it was 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, guys, could we speed this along a little bit? But then we got the second half with the X-Men figures. So again, we had a couple that had been revealed already. So there was Fabian Cortez. We've seen him before. He still looks kind of nice. Then there was Age of Apocalypse Gambit, who was just revealed this morning. And actually seeing the figure again in person, oof, looks real nice. I do like that. Some old tooling, but some new tooling as well. The head sculpt looks really good. I dig it. I like that. Then Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler. Doesn't really do too much for me because it's a pretty basic body, but that is just his design. I mean, that's fair enough. It is what it is. Two different head sculpts, though. That's all fine and good. I'm completely being nonchalant about checking my messages now or checking my notes. It's the easiest thing to do. Oh, Husk. Husk looks really great. Just a basic Generation X costume body, but it's the power effect face, ripping away her skin and actually having a clump of skin as an accessory. I was wondering how they were going to show off her powers, and that looks really good. Really digging that Husk, and I'm sure that means we're probably going to be getting a whole bunch more Generation X figures in the future. Mondo would be a cool one. So now we got Monet, Husk, and Chamber. So we're doing well there. Then we got Extreme Wolverine. And I remember Extreme X-Men. I don't remember his costume, but I kind of like it as a mashup costume. We thought it was going to be Ultimate Wolverine, who's very similar, but as soon as they brought out the old head sculpt, because I think it is the old Heat Claws head sculpt, I was like, oh, okay, that ain't Ultimate. But I like the combination with the costume where it's like the kind of spandex sort of top, but then combat pants, and I just think it kind of works. It's another Wolverine. But it's kind of a fun, badass Wolverine, and he's got all the astonishing Wolverine hands as well. So it's fine. It's another Wolverine. Then we've got X-Factor Cyclops. And the big selling point for this guy is the optic blast, which I'm guessing, obviously, it emanates from his visor, so you can't put that on other Cyclopses. Cyclops Eye? Whatever. But the way that they've done it is they've got the actual impact of the blast, which you can put on or off, so you can actually have it hitting something. That looks nice. I like that. I dig that. Then a huge one that's looked Marrow, which they were dropping big big old hints about Marvel versus Capcom as a theme going forward, because they brought out Cable. They said these two gonna take you for a ride. So we're gonna be getting more Marvel versus Capcom, and this Marrow looks terrific. The face sculpt looks beautiful. The details on the bones, the way that they've done them, kind of arching out of her back like butterfly wings, like it looks terrific, and just like the Capcom artwork as well. So that's beautiful. Well done, lads. Well done. That's great stuff. And then finally, we've got the Builder figure, and I'm happy and disappointed because it's Nemesis, which is great. I'm so pleased that we're getting Nemesis, but it's modern Nemesis. And again, it's they giveth with one hand and taketh with the other. The modern design is badass. All right, so this Builder figure looks badass. I mean, it's a flaming skull in a mech suit. Like, you can't really make that look anything but awesome. But he's not going to go with the Age of Apocalypse figures if you're being a classic type person. And I am a classic type person. So I want my Nemesis from the Age of Apocalypse, and that's not what this is. So those of you hanging on to the old Builder figure, well, that's not going to lose any value anytime soon because they're very unique designs. So I love what they've done with it. It looks wicked. It's not the one I wanted, but hey, not everything is made for me. I'm getting my Clone Saga Kaine, so I'll take my wins where I can get it. And that does it. And these are going to be available for pre-order this month as well. And that does it for all the new reveals. And then finally, they had a couple of teasers at the end. So there was a staff with a bird on the top. Don't know, Deathbird? Maybe? It could be Deathbird. But help me out with that. And then there was a Spider-Man web, which, I mean, that could be anything. I mean, it's going to be something Spider-Man related, unless there's some other spidery character. So that's great. Happy days to see more Spider-Man. And then finally, they showed some weird abstract looking thing. And you know what I think it is? I think it's part of a new Archangel bladed wing. Because I was like, are those blades? And he said it's an incomplete part. Like, it's not even the full thing. And I'm like, those look like metal organic feathers. That's what that looks like. And they also hinted at more X-Force as well. And he has very much wings that look like that in his X-Force gear. So I'm guessing a Uncanny X-Force Archangel right there. And that's the whole lineup. And oh boy, well, they've been cooking and they served up a whole bunch of action figures. And folks, that does it for the Hasbro Pulse recap. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm very hype about what I've just seen. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.